Okay, welcome back to the podcast for episode 8 now. This is the third we're releasing on iTunes and Spotify also. So in today's episode, myself and Lisa discuss habit change, both in the context of establishing good habits and breaking bad ones, and how that can affect fitness and just life in general. Today's episode's just under half an hour, so around the 29-minute mark, and I hope you enjoy. Hello again, welcome back.
Hi.
And we are recording. I can't say we're live because we're not live.
3, 2. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So, what I wanted to ask you about was habit change, both in breaking bad habits and establishing good ones. So, I've got some questions, but
Okay.
what's your general opinion on it?
Well, the best is to have a habit. No. Because the thing is, anything, when it's a chore, then it's
Yeah.
hard. But then when it becomes a habit, you don't even think about it. It doesn't become hard work. It's no different to cleaning your teeth of a morning.
Yeah.
It's a habit. It's not a chore. It's something you do every morning. So you do it every evening before you go to bed. You do it and you don't give it a second thought. And they're the best ones. Because the thing is then, I'm not saying you don't think about what you're doing with anything, but it doesn't become a chore. It's just something you do.
That's the thing. It's the progression from motivation to discipline to habit, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, it's that thing of motivation gets you going, discipline will keep you going, but then once you form the habit, it's just habit, and that's what you do. But, so, I suppose if someone was to have a bad habit, or a habit that they deem as, suboptimal, whatever you want to call it, what would be your, strategy, tips, guidance on breaking that?
What would you class as a bad habit then?
That's the thing. What class is a bad habit? My bad habit is I drink too much Diet Coke.
Okay.
Or like one of them. But, but for some people, that's a good thing because they're not drinking regular Coke. Do you know what I mean? So I think with it's like success, it's a personal definition, isn't it? You have to have it mapped out as to what your bad habit is, I guess.
Yeah, but as you say, a bad habit, it's a habit nonetheless.
Yes.
So, of course, if you can keep that habit going, but just make it a little better.
Yes,
It is, again, then, as opposed to, free rad and just, cut it out completely, then it becomes a real issue, because then it becomes... it's not even the lesser of two evils. It becomes more of a negative situation than just manipulating the situation you're already in to make it a little more positive. So you can keep... And again, it's not necessarily always just deleting the said bad habit.
Yeah.
Just making that habit a little better.
Yeah, well, I've looked into, I guess, habit change, whatever you'd want to call it. But I think one of the things is it's not even necessarily the thing that's the bad habit. There's almost something that you can replace with it.
Yeah.
There's normally a difference, a slightly different, slightly better solution, alternative even.
That's as you say, is an alternative.
Yes.
Once the habit is formed, good, bad, or indifferent, you are in that. There's no thought goes into that process.
Yeah.
So, of course, you say if the habit is already there and you make slight manipulations or slight changes, well, that's easier than trying to start a habit that you haven't even got.
Yeah.
So people's food, for instance, that's the hardest part, I think, is the transition from, as you say, the commitment and everything else to make it a habit. So you make the habit of prepping your food, so you don't even think about it.
Yeah.
So, of course, then whenever you start your day, your food is already done and you're good to go, as opposed to, what shall I have today?
Yeah.
And
True.
It doesn't mean to say that it has to be prep, as in contest prep.
Yeah.
But it's about preparing for your day ahead.
Yeah, well, it's like we said the other day when we spoke about traveling whilst, dieting on the go, blah, blah, blah. And a lot of it was just either having a plan mentally of I'll go here, I'll do this, I can get this done, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's better to prep your food because it's 100% in place, it's probably better, it's cheaper, etc. But even just that thing of, this is what I'm going to do, having that plan in
And
in
of
your
course,
head.
the thing is, hopefully, this isn't just aimed at competitors, but even prepping your food to make your own chicken salad wraps.
Yes,
At least you
100%,
know
yeah.
exactly what's going to be in that.
Yeah, because
Unfortunately, when you buy one off the counter, the majority of the time it is a wrap with a little bit of chicken and salad in.
yes,
You know,
yeah.
so you're giving yourself a much better start
Yeah.
by making those habits and preparing your food for whatever
Yeah.
you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose the thing with habit as well is you need to know your why. You need to know why you were given, because I can, whatever. I'm gonna give up drinking coffee. It's like, well, why am I giving up drinking? I've no reason to give up drinking coffee in my head.
Yeah.
Maybe some days I drink a bit much, but I have no reason to give up the drink.
Yeah.
Whereas, say if, say for instance like Diet Coke, I feel very bloated off of it. It normally means I drink less, water or better liquid.
Yeah.
So it even, it's not saying, oh well, if I don't give up drinking Diet Coke, I'm gonna die. But it's, you're on the sauce. It's just a case of, well, here's my,
Alternative.
Yeah, well, not even that, but like, here's the reason why I'm going to do
Yeah.
it. So let's search for alternatives. It's clear in my head. Whereas if it was, hey, I'm going to give up drinking coffee, I'd be like, oh, fuck that. I'm just going to keep drinking coffee. Like, why do I need to give it up,
But again, the thing is, though, as you say, is that's a two-way thing. Because the thing is, if you've realised that it is a bad habit, whether it's too much coffee, too much caffeine, too much of everything that you're not giving yourself the opportunity to get your good waters and things like that in it, well then don't give up the drink. Just
I'm not saying it's a reason to give it up. I'm just saying it's a reason to alter something. It's a reason to find an alternative. It's a reason to do this. And obviously, if someone was like, Diet Coke is proven to fucking cause cancer, it fucking wouldn't touch her anymore. But it's a case of, well, here's my reasons, so I'm going to find adjustments. It's not saying I'm going to give it up.
And of course, the thing is, really, us talking like this about coffee and Diet Coke, really, that's the extreme.
Yeah, because...
because, I mean, some people are quite happy to just go and get a full Coke.
Yeah. Yeah, for some people, drinking Diet Coke is a good habit.
Yeah.
Because it means they're not drinking regular Coke. So, but that, I think this sort of leads back to is there's always something you can improve on.
Yes.
And don't get me wrong, I don't think, anyone can be perfect year round, or even necessarily it's healthy to put the pressure on to be perfect all the time. But, I'm not saying drinking Diet Coke is a bad habit for everyone, but everyone has their bad habits.
But also, as you say, prepping your food on season, off season, all season, never in show prep.
Yeah.
That is always good because again, you form that habit. So then when you decide that you if you're a competitor, that it's time to on season, time to compete.
Yes.
Then it's quite a big transfer to get back into the rationale of the prepping of the food,
100%,
the Tupperware, the things like that. And for a certain amount, a lot of people find that probably that transition the hardest part.
Yeah. So question, what about, I suppose that thing that, if you maintain that little bit of discipline, it's not so hard when you have to go back into prep. But then what do you think about giving yourself that bit of leeway, that bit of mental relaxing, time off, that sort of thing? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but as I said, the thing is, this is about habit forming.
Oh, no, 100%.
Yeah, but as far as then what goes in that Tupperware pot...
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, but even just the mental break of, I just want a couple days even just to eat whatever fancy, not go crazy, whatever, just for that mental lift. Like, what's your opinion on that,
I got no problem with that whatsoever. No problem. Some people need that... downtime.
Yes.
But of course the thing is, again, is what you want out of your life, and that's not competitors, that's everybody. Family time, brilliant, do it. Take the kids, go to Legoland for a fucking week.
Go where, sorry?
Legoland.
Legoland.
But again, even if you're thinking of going Disneyland Paris, you must go and do things that gives you that opportunity to break away.
I think it probably does depend on personality somewhat. Like, say, if someone has a holiday and they don't feel like they got they wanted to switch off on that holiday, they didn't manage to. They might fuck with them a little bit when it's time to go on,
But of course the thing is everybody, and people must always remember they are individuals. This is activity, lifestyle, it's all down to the individual, and it must be able to work with your family. Some people are not as lucky that they haven't got families yet, so they have that opportunity to do what they like, when they like, if they like. Fantastic.
Go on.
And not everybody is as lucky as that, to be able to be so solely independent. So you've got to work with your families, your jobs, and everything else that goes with it.
I think the thing is with that as well is when you say everyone's their own individual, you might have people who almost they look up to, and they'd be like, I just do this all year round, so they think they have to, and it's like, well, yeah, they might have to, or they might have to, because otherwise without structure they become this or whatever,
At the moment I've got a varied client base, male, female, beginners right up to top level.
Male, female?
Yeah.
That's it.
And different abilities. But I think especially if we're talking on food more than anything, it's surprising how many people find weight-bearing exercise, the gym, that have got some sort of issue with their eating.
Yes, 100%.
So of course the thing is then you have to allow them to be mentally ready to make
100%.
big changes and big habit changes, because some of them that have had some form of issue with their foods for years and years and years. So to get them to put weight on is a massive step.
I think,
and I respect that. But then some are quite happy to keep with their eating habits because it is a habit and they're comfortable in that habit and they're reassured in that habit. But then you've got some that are quite willing to just like, whoa, kick back and...
I suppose that, there's a lot of factors that influence that. I guess if you've never felt out of control with your eating, then you're sort of happy to have that bit of whatever, or, if you get self-conscious easy, if you don't get self-conscious easy. And like I say, it's all down to the individual, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. But habit forming is not a bad thing. And sometimes, as you say, just manipulating a bad habit can turn into a good habit.
Yes. One thing though, I guess, is it's that one thing that almost I would try to avoid, in terms of I would recommend that people avoid it, and I'd avoid it in myself, is trying to give up everything at once or establish everything at once, because I've done it in the past where it's like, right, I'm going to do this, and steadily one falls off, then the other falls off, and then you're back to it before you know it. Whereas like, right, I'm just going to do one habit, or I'm going to change one habit at a fucking time.
Yeah, but even when you get somebody then that just wants a transformation, and as you say, when you look at their eating habits and what they eat and how they eat, a small change can make a big difference to them.
100%, yeah.
But of course, as you say, if you say, right, balls to the wall, this, and this, well, they're not going to
And I suppose that's the issue with like fucking 4-week challenges and all this shit. It's like, you might make mad progress in 4 weeks, but like, right, let's look at you in 6 weeks, motherfucker. Like,
but apart from that, in 4 weeks, what have you really learned?
I suppose that's the thing as well, is this is a never end, and not just in training and diet, but just in everything. It's a never ending process of learning and developing. So and in 4 weeks, what the fuck do you know?
And unfortunately, as you say,
you're still in the honeymoon stage of 4 weeks.
And really, and hopefully, people actually get it, that it is a lifestyle. And if you make better habits, and you're aware of what the habits are that you've made, you've got more chance of sustaining that.
With it being a lifestyle, because I don't know if I'd say it's a lifestyle, but it's a big aspect of a lifestyle. Because even though we work in the same building and, we obviously are involved in all the same shit, but like, we have actually quite different lifestyles. We have different roles, we have different fucking interests, like we do different things in our spare time, but we still train and eat, and do you know what I mean? So it's like this chunk of your...
Exactly, but that's what I said. The thing is, that's where the lifestyle comes in.
Yeah.
None of us miss our food.
I miss food sometimes. All right, Terry.
None of us miss training.
Sorry, did you get that joke? Chocolate orange. It's a middle finger if you're listening. Anyway.
Yeah, but as I said, the thing is we're consistent in the habit
Yes.
of knowing.
Yeah.
If you train, you need fuel.
Yeah.
If you put the fuel in, it'll allow you to train.
Yeah.
And it's just and again, on season, off season, it's still about putting good quality fuel in, whether it be a little bit more, a little bit different, but it's still the habit of getting your food in. It is the consistent habit of eating, the consistent habit of training. They are the lifestyle.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think, especially from the outside, people might look at it and be like, "Oh, I'm not a gym person. I couldn't do that. I'm a fucking electrician or I'm a nurse." No. It's like you don't have to stop being that. You just adapt it into your lifestyle. It's aspect of your lifestyle. Do you know what I mean?
And I would probably say, actually, touching on electricians and nurses, staff of the NHS are probably hardworking and everything. Take my hat off to them, fantastic. But again, their eating habits are probably the worst.
Yeah,
because of the 12-hour shifts and things like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's ironically a setup that does not set you up.
No,
you're deprived on sleep.
Yeah.
Working hours all to fuck.
And you're grabbing cups of coffees and biscuits.
Yeah.
Not the ideal situation.
Yeah.
But again, even if you are, just take a healthy version in.
Yeah.
If that's all you're going to do is just grab food, you take stuff that you can grab is better food than biscuits.
Even if you think, I can't have any structure, it's like, okay, fine. Maybe your lifestyle dictates that you can't have structure. So learn how you can just play within this unstructured space. Like, okay, just because you can't eat at consistent times or whatever, it's like, okay, fine. And my thing is with structure, I think, if your lack of structure is dictated by busyness, that's not quite as bad because at least you're doing other shit. Yeah. Whereas if your lack of structure is dictated by laziness, then that's bad. Like, fucking sort of shit out,
Of course it is. That is a bad habit.
Yeah, 100%, yeah. And it's the difference between, like you say, like not doing something because you actually can't, or not doing something because you're not willing to try.
Yes. Yeah. And I would probably say that's most people's worst habit is, or they'll try it once. Try it for 1 week, it didn't work, so I won't carry on.
Yeah. That's the thing. And I think that's probably one of like the neglected things about all of this is time, because it actually does take a lot of fucking time.
Yeah. But no more time than it takes you to sit on your ass and do nothing.
Yeah, exactly. No, but I think that's the... No, I totally agree with that, because when people say, it takes a while, it's like, well, the time is going to go anyway, so you might as well just get on now. But also, I think that people are like, I don't look like that yet, or I didn't quite get this yet. It's like, don't worry, I'll take time. Like, that person's been training for longer than you, or like, you're not going to look like that yet because this. It's okay.
Now, saying that, I would probably say that's one of the worst habits of most people who think about competing or do compete.
Go on.
Is they waste time looking at others.
Yes.
Now, that is a bad habit.
Yeah, true.
Stop doing it. Change from a bad habit to a good habit and spend more time looking at yourself.
Yes. Yeah.
See how you're improving. See how you can improve yourself.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, as you say, looking at others, it's not going to improve you. And there's no way in a million years you can make yourself look like anybody else.
Totally. And I think as well, it's the dangerous habit of, like, say, comparing yourself to others is like, well, they do this. And it's like, but that's their thing. Like, don't worry about it. It's like, are you progressing? Are you doing something that's healthy? Are you doing all these
your thing?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And make that a habit.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'd say that's sometimes, I would probably say on the whole, that's the worst habit that people have at the moment, is they spend far too much time on social media looking at others instead of focusing on themselves.
Yeah, I suppose, because social media is a weird thing. Because like you say, if you're using it for inspiration, I feel like that's fine. Like, I know, like, I say follow people on the soch, and like, it's like videographers and blah blah blah, and it'll like give me an idea and it makes things better, like, on my end. But do you know what I mean? If I was looking at it and be like, well, I can't do that, like, this is shit, like, that's bad. And it's the same thing with the physique. It's, well, I don't have abs like them, or like, I don't. Whereas if it's, wow, like, they,
but of course, saying that, And I say this often, when you do take inspiration from somebody because they may have a good body part, or for you, as you say, is a particularly good video or a good pic or something similar, you don't look at what they do, you look at how they do it.
Yeah, 100%.
And of course, that's the thing. When too many people look at pictures on various different social media ports, they just look at the photograph.
Yeah.
They don't look at the fact that how many times they're training, how they've prepped their food,
100%.
how they, and that's the thing. If you, as I said, instead of looking at what they do, look at how they do it.
Yeah,
so,
and think how you can make your own version of that,
exactly
because,
right. Yeah.
if it's, they have really good abs, it's like, well, you're never going to have abs exactly like them because their structure will be different to yours, or you're never going to look exactly like them because it's like saying, I want to look like that in the face, It's, you're not going to make your fucking face look exactly like them. It's just not going to happen. So it's the same thing, and it's, you've got to be...
But most importantly, with any of it, and as I said, it's not even just a case of for competitors or anything similar. Even if you just want to make changes to you, as an individual, for a bit of a transformation, for whatever it is, just try and do what you can to make the best version of yourself.
Yes.
In the remit of what you've been given, whether it be your family, your work, whatever it is, but small changes can have big results when they're stuck to.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. It's, you have to be consistently good, and you have to practice good things consistently, and then you will see the change eventually, And like, say, even if something isn't 100% optimal, even if something isn't, bang on what it could be, it's still, if it's 80% there, like, you're good. Like, you will get there,
Absolutely. And take every day as an opportunity to improve. Am I keeping you up?
Indeed. I'm a bit tired. I'm opening tomorrow, aren't I? So it's like up at 4. That's gonna fucking suck.
You'll be fine. Let's go to 4 a.m. start between friends.
Exactly.
It's a habit.
That's something. Actually, I wonder about that, because I'm not gonna start getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day. But like, I wonder if, with like, say, like sleep, I wonder if it's just better to just consistently get less sleep, or say go like 4 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours, 10 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours, or just go straight through 4 hours all the time. But I imagine the 10 hours, because I imagine with sleep less is more, or no, more is better.
Again, back down to the individual.
True.
Because I work well on little sleep.
Yeah, but then you do reach a point where you're like, fuck, I need some sleep, dude, don't you? I feel like with sleep you work almost really well on little up to a point, and then it's like, right, it's like, fuck off.
Time out.
Yeah. And I do like that cycle, but
I mean, obviously it's all sorts of different things, so many factors. The biggest factor being now when the sun comes out, everybody's willing to get up that much earlier.
Yeah, true. Actually, that was surprising last week opening, because it was light out, and that was so much easier.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, because the clocks have changed, so it's
dark again.
Yeah, it's dark as fuck now, and that's pretty. And it was still icy, and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, it's April. It's icy as shit out here.
Well, trouble is we don't know telling what's going to happen with that.
Why? What do you mean?
The weather.
Oh right.
Nothing changes like the weather,
Nothing changes like the weather, but actually, random. But not really. Sometimes I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this. Sometimes I find it easier to like stick to things or do hard training sessions when like everything's a bit like cold and dark and miserable. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes like in the winter, it's almost like easier to diet in some ways, because it's like, well, there's no sunny weather to enjoy or anything, so you might as well just fucking stick to your diet, And do you think there's something to that, like all or nothing, like way of thinking, in terms of, well, everything's a bit...
You're definitely you're not in the norm there, because the majority of people will train that much harder spring going into summer.
Do you think?
Definitely, and they'll start to pull it back off when they put another layer of clothes on. Now,
true.
Me, I always look my best around December.
Yeah, well, no, I think that's the thing is, I train better in the summer because it's warm, but I feel like everything's a little bit easier for me to like stick to, and I'd probably say look a bit better December, November time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it because you give up sugar?
No.
Interesting. Just because.
Yeah, that's back in at Christmas.
Yeah, you do normally give up sugar though for a period of time.
I'll always do it for at least 2 months.
2 months? You do it for 2 months? I didn't realise.
Well, this one, last year, I did it September 24th up until December the 24th.
Did you say September?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought you said December till December, and I'm like, what
no,
the fuck?
September the 24th.
Yeah, so actually, what's your thing on that? Like, why do you give up the sugar?
And again, not being no specific reason.
Yeah.
Other than it's almost then I try and think of December as a reward, so I can actually have some chocolate over Christmas.
Okay, fair enough. How do you feel giving up the sugar? Because
100% better.
Oh really?
100% better.
I've always had the opinion of like I don't think sugar's like necessarily good on a diet because it doesn't set you up for success, but like I'm not generally of the opinion that there's anything wrong with sugar.
No. But how do I feel?
Yeah.
So
I'm
much
just
better.
curious. Yeah. So do you find a difference in the way you look?
Yeah, harder.
And
much
harder.
But again, I mean, the thing is, though, really, for for every day, and as I said, there was no other reason other than the fact that it allows me to have a little bit more relaxed time over Christmas.
Yeah. So when
but that's my choice. But as you say, on a day-to-day basis, I'm not saying get out there and fucking fill your
because that's the thing. You probably don't eat that much sugar in general anyway.
No.
Like, how often would you say you have sugar on a non-given up sugar time? You know.
Once a week.
Yeah, I suppose that's why it's probably not that hard, and you probably don't suffer with that thing of when you then go back onto having sugar, you're like, give me the fucking sugar.
No,
again. Yeah, you don't eat that much anyway, so it's like, well, it's not like you smoke crack every day and you're giving that up. You know,
I'm not saying it's easier for me, but I'm just not a sweetie. I much prefer savoury all day long.
Or mixing sweet and savoury.
Always, you go back to the individual times.
No.
I'm going to squeeze that Victoria sponge right down your throat.
Fuck off. You do, but you do like cheese and onion crisps with Terry's chocolate orange at the same time in your mouth, don't you?
I prefer spring onion.
Spring onion crisps, yeah, my bad.
Get it right.
Yeah. And actually, do you remember, because my birthday's in December, in a period where for the last 3 years you've given up sugar, so you made the sugar-free fucking cake. Oh my god, that was... It
was different.
In that it wasn't nice.
In as far as nobody ate it.
Yeah, but like
I couldn't give it away.
Do you remember when Bam made that fucking cheesecake, right?
Yeah.
And it looked incredible, but then we all ate it and it was like it was made with cottage cheese, and then we all looked to each other and was like, this shit is fucking disgusting, right? It wasn't that at all because you brought it out and it was like
that looks shit.
Yeah, no, you've literally just it doesn't even. It looks like you've just poured the ingredients on a fucking plate or something and not mixed it or anything. It was like, oh my god, this is bad. I didn't. Yeah.
What nice was it?
No, it wasn't. Yeah. So you just don't have any cake now.
No, we just don't do it.
Yeah. Well, actually, I suppose thinking of that, like alternatives to these things, like I know I said I'm giving up Diet Coke, but like switching from sugar-containing drinks to sugar-free drinks, or sugar to sweetener and things like that. Even things like that can help because it can even give you that like sweet bit of taste without then the need to actually have the calorie containing
but
things.
As you say, the thing is, it's the alternatives, and there is an alternative for everything.
Yeah, 100%. Even sugar.
Apparently. Thank you very much. I'd like to stay and chat, but I've
gotta go.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you for watching and listening. Goodbye.